Class number 6. Can you speak English? Let's go. I can speak English. I can't speak Korean. Mom, you can dance very well. My sister can't dance well. We use the verb can to express abilities. Lisa lives in New York. She can walk to work. She's able to walk to work. Lisa's sister lives in Paris, so Lisa can't walk to her sister's house. That's very far. Ben and Anna can paint. They can paint pictures, but they cannot or they can't paint houses. They are able to paint pictures, but they aren't able to paint a house. It's correct to say I can speak English, but it's incorrect to say I can do speak English. When you use the verb can, we don't need the auxiliary verb. We don't use it. They can't paint houses. It's correct to say on the negative form, but it is not correct to say they can't do paint houses or they don't paint houses. You cannot say that. So the verb can or can't does not need an auxiliary verb. We're going to use was or were to talk about the past tense. Was and were is the past of am, is, and are. Was is the past of am and is, and were is the past of are. Pay attention to the dialogue. Jim, where were you this morning? I was at Andy's house. Why weren't you here? We were doing our homework. Was his mother there? No, she wasn't. She was at work. His sisters were there. Let's complete the sentences with the correct form of the verb to be in the past. Where was Jim this morning? Number 2, he was at Andy's house. Number 3, were his sisters there? Number 4, yes, they were. Number 5, was his mother there? No, she wasn't. And number 6. Let's complete the chart. In the affirmative form, I have I was. In the negative form, I have I wasn't. You were for affirmative. You weren't for negative. Let's complete the rest. On the third person, I'm going to use was. He, she, it was for affirmative. On the negative, I'm going to use wasn't. He, she, it wasn't. We were. On the negative form, we weren't. They were for affirmative, and they weren't for negative. What's the past tense of can? Do you know? Past tense of can is could. And what's the negative form of could? Is couldn't. Very good. So I'm going to use can and could for all the forms. So I'm going to say I can, you can, he can, she can, it can, we can, they can. It's inflexible. And we're going to use the same form of could for all persons. So I could, you could, he could, she could, it could, we could, they could. Thank you. I'll see you next time.